Welcome back to Limbus Company, Canto 8, Surrendered Witnessing. Last time, we got to meet a lot of Honglu's family members, still only a fraction of all of them, I'm sure. And this time, Yi Hong Yuan, which is one of the gardens, because Yuan means garden, right? So this is something Hong Yuan. We'll see. It'll explain it, I'm sure. There's another fight, though, but no clue what's actually going to end up being in the fight. It's weak to pride and gluttony, though, which is very weird. Ta-da! Here we are. Yi Hong Yuan. Okay, so yeah, that's his specific branch, right? That was a pretty long walk, still technically within walking distance, but... Here, this place is called Yi Hong Yuan, Joyous Red Court, yeah. Hong means red, right? It's Honglu, Red Chamber. This room was made from the most aromatic flower tree within H Court. Try taking a deep breath and... Oh, it's these training post things. Okay. That might be what we're fighting here, then. These training post things were shown to be enemies in the trailer. I definitely hadn't forgotten about them, but I would have figured they'd have a physical weakness and not a sin weakness, but I guess they might be pride gluttony weak? I guess we'll see. You can smell the lovely fragrance of flower room pervading, spreading from the very tip of your nose. It's unique to this building. Very much so. It is an unseen and invisible thing, yet it retains so much of its pleasant redolence. This place is huge, too. You've been living here alone all along? Yes. I was told to stay in a larger room, but I preferred this place more. It has been long, young master. Ziren reporting. Okay, yeah, she's the one I thought would be like tutory. Is she like butlery, right? Oh, hey, is she... Have you been well, Ziren? Yes, I am as I always have been. Ziren watched us emotionally as a rowdy crowd poured into the yard. Her expression did not change even when she saw Honglu, who presumably hadn't been home in quite some time. Are they the young master's guests? I'll guide them to their room. Please follow me. Now that we're here, I've got to pay a visit somewhere. I'll be back soon, though. To where wilt thou journey? Allow us to accompany thee. Aha, it's okay. Just on my way to say hello and pay respect to the elders, so it'd be better if I go there alone. This way. Well, I guess I could say this about every operation, but the weight of our mission doesn't really sink in until we're actually there. You're talking about the Family Hierarch War, right? Yeah. The other candidates have been preparing this for years, while we have, what, an overnight? We also have whatever, like, the big plan that, we were told about, right? By Saud, like whatever was going on that we didn't actually get to see. I assume that'll come into play soon. I don't know, I'm progressing to the last minute kind of gal, so I'm pretty sure we got a handle on this, real. This is not the first instance in which we demand to work through a task in an unfavorable, inequitable situation. Why does it matter? Our goal isn't to claim the throne of the Family Hierarch anyway. Few hours ago. Oh, plan time. Well, I'm such a relief that our goal isn't to come first in the Family Hierarch War. Does that mean to say that we needn't be the first? Yeah. Is it going to be like, oh, like, yeah, no, second place reward is the golden bow. First place is, like, control the entire district. Second is the golden bow. And third is probably, like, I don't know, like a medal? Something really underwhelming. Yeah, obviously. Why do we want a sinner to become the head of H Corp? Would it not provide a much more reliable means of control to play an individual in this company at the highest seat of a wing instead of letting an unaffiliated individual assume it? There's a lot more going on beside the scenes, guys. Besides, LCB still has much left to do as the LCB. Yeah, we got so many sinners to go through. Then, would I be right in assuming that this is a winner-take-all kind of situation here? Do other candidates get something for participating, too? I know new places within the top 10 will gain the right to take one item of their choice from the family treasury. Of course, the one who places the highest will goes first. Do we think first place is gonna be... Oh, God. Do we think Jahoan is gonna, like, beat us? And he's gonna be like, I want the golden bow, and he's gonna take it? That would be mean, but that makes sense. We're gonna have to come in at least second place in order to ensure that we obtain the item we're looking for. Now that's weirdly insulting. Sod it, why don't we just shoot for the top anyway? Your comments seems to have gone through the roof since our last operation together. Well, we did go through a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah, I mean, think about since like the last operation together being, Canto 3, we've uh, it's not a lot of stuff, right? Canto 4, we fought through like an entire like wings like branch thingy and like saw like a big singularity monster. Don't remember the singularity monster, admittedly, but like Dante still does. There was like a whale. We went in the whale. We stabbed the whale in the heart, and it died, and that's pretty high. We beat a bunch of British people, and then a bunch of vampires, and here we are. Anyways, care to guess what's deep inside Hong Yuan's gargantuan treasury? The golden bow. Nope! No, right on. Right on, buried right in the middle of all kinds of other treasures, along with any knowledge of its true value. So, Faust, what did Manager Sao share with you as our strategy for the first round? I very much wish to know that as well, for the suggestion of mutual understanding seemed to exist exclusively betwixt Miss Faust and Sao. The first round of the Family Hierarch Evaluation tests with a sense of prepared and brought for the Elders of Hong Yuan. Yeah, this is the Immortality thingy, and we're submitting Dante, I assume. With a sense of prepared, huh? So this must be what Jia Zichun's been referring to this whole time. Yes, to be free from aging and death. Immortality. Each candidate is presented an answer before the judges to demonstrate their idea of true immortality. Oh wait, is it a riddle? It might be like a riddle. Like, oh, the idea of true death. Like someone like walks in, like some random nobody is like, they're like, what have you brought us to like be your idea of true immortality? And he's like, you know what I've brought? I've brought the concept of death. Cause like, if you're dead, you're like basically immortal. And then everyone stood up and clapped. And then they'd like win immediately. I doubt it would go anything like that, but I don't know. Demonstrate their idea of true immortality is a weird way of phrasing it. Right, so what's the answer to true immortality then? Not even Faust can answer that. Time, perhaps? Then what are we even doing here? We may be able to demonstrate the facsimile of immortality, or at least pretend as though we are close to the answer. Given they're the ones who are seeking that very answer, they will not disqualify us, Hong Lu to be exact, from the competition. I mean, especially since, like, the whole stabbing the brain kills someone and can't be recovered thingy we can get around thanks to our antics, definitely something we could abuse. I see. They'll cling on to whatever clue they can get their hands on, so we'll be using that desperation. Precisely. That important-looking old Batja move favors him, don't she? Maybe she'll give him bonus points or something. So that's what we'll be using Hong Lu for. That is... Yes, you're right. It is my turn to be used. Whoa! When'd you get back? Hong Lu nonchalantly chimed into the conversation, having slipped in between us unnoticed. Hey, you're back pretty soon, huh? Unfortunately, what Otis just said could sound quite crass depending on how you cut it. Hong Lu, you don't have to... Don't mind what she just said. But why would I mind it? My use is to be a ticket to participating in the Hierarch War, the only option for obtaining the Golden Bow in H-Corp. She didn't say anything wrong. Your use. Well, if you'll be using me, hopefully this will lead to an outcome we can all be happy with. Hong Lu is so used to being treated like an object that, like, he's not, like, that, like, thrown off by it, right? Verily, such outcome would be best. Yet, young Yi Zichun has already exhaled with great gusto out of her nostrils before turning away from a party when her eyes met. So fed up on that, huh? Well, Zichun. Hong Lu's eyes twinkled briefly as though he's shifting into a dream. I didn't think it was possible for me to be friends with Zichun again. We're back to not being on speaking terms again, but it was as though I'd gone back in time. Back to when we were both children. But we can't go back to the past. What did you say? Are you drunk or on something? Did you really just say that to me? Oh, what a stupid thing of me to ask. You've never been drunk in your life. Your mind's always been so clear. None of this matters to you, does it? You want to get angry or I shout at you like this? None of this gets to you, does it? Just what happened to you that day? How could someone become so... Zichun, Interesting. Gem of the Jia family. We know it's been a 10-year gap since they spoke based on, like, the whole thing that they said earlier, right? And this feels like it's gotta be, like... This feels like early 20s, but, like, might be, like, late teens, right? I don't know, Hong Lu's probably 30-ish. Forget it. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. It's my fault for second at least one normal sibling in this messed up family. In that memory, Hong Lu was wearing a quiet smile, even before her rushed anger. But don't you want to be friends with her again? At the end of all things, these connections between people, they're just moments. Ephemeral things. So what I want doesn't matter. Hong Lu. A sinner so aloof, so detached it feels as though he's always been floating through the clouds. I once thought that he was just the kind of guy he was. Someone who just happened to be above everything that's happened around us, instead of just another messed up person with messed up problems of their own. But slowly and gradually, I began to realize that there was something off about him under the surface. Yeah, especially like what Zichun was saying there, right? Since that day, like, just what happened to you that day, that ties into the eye somehow. Do you really not feel anything about it? Have you completely excluded yourself from it? I don't, and I have. Just the way things worked out, right? Executive Manager, it is true that his value judgment will have no tangible influence on this company's direction. Faust is in agreement. Sinners do not have the rights to refuse their missions. That may be true, yet I find it unnecessary to turn away and neglect the suffering conditions of their hearts, stemming from the obligation to their missions. Conditions of our heart. Perhaps unnecessarily peering into them is how we begat suffering. What manner of... Back then, when I lived here in Dagwanyan, so many choices passed before my eyes. Should I kill that child who is from a different family? Should I even survive? Should I walk past that dying boy, or should I stop to help him? When they were first presented to me, I tried to make a choice. But it didn't take that long for me to realize that my choices meant nothing. So I decided not to choose at all. Very similar to like the song, right? And that's me as I am now. There's so many wonderful things about joining Limbus company, but I think my favorite part of the experience is that I was never given a choice. Definitely, like, I mean, right, definitely kind of, like, off topic, but yeah, I want a Yan Hongwu ID. That would be cool. Definitely feels like it would certainly be a very fitting choice. That's definitely kind of weird. Oh? These things have gotten weirdly quiet around here. That was enough discussion of private matters. There's much ground for us to cover. Let's begin by discussing our plan for the first round. The next morning. There's still some time until we have to leave. What maybe the purpose of these scarecrows, veiled in nocturnal shadows as they were at yesternight? Oh, wow, they're still here. There are training courts next to every building where children of this place live. Here, every child of walking, running age all get to play with these dummies. Play. Early education is important. Yeah. But how does one play with these dummies? And apparently this dummy is adorned with the most dashing piece of fashion for its head. What's going on with their heads? Ah, that's the first dummy I received when I was 7. Are the dummies people? Is that it? Back then, I thought even dummies could feel pain when struck. Can they? You never know. Such was the blissful rumination of all those who were once children. So is it like tradition for kids born here to formally learn how to fight? Oh, not exactly. Whoa! This is what grandmother gifted you, big bro. Is that Jawan? Yep. I don't know how it works, though. It must be a dollar in effigy for dress-up. Perhaps you could adorn it with some trinkets. Maybe it's got like a guardian spirit that protects your house, big bro, by you. Oh boy. Oh, nope. Here, let me show you how it's done. Who's that then? Who's that kid? I guess it's one we haven't met? I don't know. Why do you punch Grandma's gift? Don't you think you're hurting it? Hurt it? Really now? This wooden thing. It's more that they have to grow up this way if they want to survive. Oh yeah, that sure is like just like a... Oh right, it's like weird beanies, right? I remember now. This WTD isn't so bad. This wooden training dummy appears to have been designed and crafted with some precise engineering craftsmanship. So don't have time to purchase, so why don't we try using them for a warm-up exercise? I don't want to get all sweaty though. Well, it's not like those things will pose us any danger. I think we'd try them out just to see how we're doing today. Attention! We've run orders from the executive manager. From this moment forth, we will put her all into laying utter ruin onto these training dummies. Hey, I didn't even give an order. Oh well, it won't hurt to get our blood pumping now. All forces, charge! But they're still gonna somehow attack us, I assume? Are they? I don't know. Are they just gonna be tanky and that's it? They look, no, they fight. Okay. Wooden dummy. The unit failed to hit, can class for next turn equal number turns it failed to hit. Ooh. I see. Okay, by 4 more attack skills. Names that attack the unit by 1 damage next turn for a unit. Turn this unit was hit. Hit by 4 or more attack skills. On a single target? 4 or more attack skills? And then all of our units gain 1 damage for each turn this unit is hit. 3 or 4, 7. How do we manage that? That seems weird. You can get that going. We can get... I feel like I've gotten so lucky so frequently with these units, right? I feel like I just, like, keep on, getting their skill 3's first turn. I feel like it was like that when I was running the mirror dungeon, too, I want to say. Yeah, I don't know how we hit them with... Is it supposed to be 4 or more coins, not attack skills? I'm gonna assume it's meant to be coins, but it's like a mis-translation or something, right? I think that's the only way that it makes sense, yeah? Well, we'll see if we get any damage. We definitely haven't hit any of them with 4 or more skills, but some of them we've definitely hit with 4 or more coins. Like the one that died, right? Okay, we didn't get the damage up, but then the enemy died. I think if the enemy dies, then the passive wouldn't trigger, so I guess since it's turn end, yeah. So actually, we don't know. Do we hit any of the others with 4 coins? I actually don't think we did. No, there's a lot of... We don't have many 4 coin attacks on this team. Really not a lot of 4 coin attacks on most units in general. Especially modern units. We discard another skill 3 just for funsies. Yeah, might as well. We can't actually get the passive going, so like it's not that good, but we can do... Oh, we can do that. Oh, that'll be nice. Get the erudition up without resetting Merceau's insight. They're countering mean. I actually didn't look at their skills too much, did I? I saw they got some effect for like amount of debuffs on enemy. Merceau is losing. Okay, that's fine. He loses erudition because he's getting hit without... that's tragic. He'll get it back. It's not that big of a deal, but it's just sad to see. Right. Now they're getting much clash power. By purple, one very time negative action himself. Yeah, can definitely add up, that's for sure. How many enemies is there? 11. These training dummies sure can pack quite a punch, more than you'd expect, that's for sure. Do I want to keep you at high insight? Not urgently, nah. Let's just send it. Yeah, it's probably worth it. Just let it go, right? You can pop that. Yeah, just so you can actually take less damage. Oof. Expending knowledge. Awesome, we get a kill. We're so high leveled though that we don't actually get sanity from that. Tragic. They've got a fair bit of skills, but that's probably fine. You can pop those over skill 1s. Yeah, it's worth it. Can you... Oh, you can actually get the good one off. Okay, cool. Send that then. There's more flurry. You really don't need to pop that now. Yeah, save it. We don't want to use it. One insight, trust you, sure. Skill 1, sure, you're already at 1 insight. Blunt and Dirt is interesting. Like, I mentally like keep on thinking these guys are going to be blunt weak, and that's because they're very similar to like TLA robots in my mind, right? They're weird little, like, automated thingies, and, like, all the TLA robots are blunt weak, so I just keep on, like, I'm mentally thinking, oh yeah, these guys must be blunt weak. Nope, not quite. Well, we got our 15, charge for that, and it didn't go that well. Oh well. You got your Strider back up, so that's good. That's what counts in the end. 1, 2. That's what counts in the end. You can get yours. Did I not pop yours? Oh, it didn't get used, did it? Ooh. That would do it. Well, hopefully this one gets used. I forgot, we need to actually use the counter to actually get the Strider up. It can be a bit annoying against normal fights when we're kind of killing the enemies a little too fast, but that's fine. If we're killing enemies too fast, then it's not, we don't really urgently need to get the Strider up, so it works out. Cool. Is it just this one left? Is this the last of them, or are there like one more reinforcement? No, that's it. Cool. Okay, simple enough. Just a kind of fillery enemy. That's fine. I can't imagine having much reason to like, keep on fighting them, though. It's a very weird enemy to introduce, that's for sure, but it probably ties into what's going on to some degree, right? Air blunt resist, yeah. Like, are these things alive? Do they turn people into training dummies? More training yard? Okay, we're just gonna fight more of them. Yeah, this is weird. So it's a story in a fight. It might just be straight up fight into story afterwards or something. We'll see here. Yeah, okay. Oh, these are strong ones. These ones don't have hats. Are they gonna, like, spikes damage, I assume? No. Is there counter? No. So they're spiked, but, like, that actually isn't changing much of anything, which is weird. I was assuming it was gonna be, like, whenever you hit them, like, they reflect some damage. Nope. Not at all. They just do that because they feel like it. Go off, I guess. We don't get to use that, darn. It's a bit annoying. We get turns more of flurry, though, so that's good. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Because this is on use, so if we don't actually get to use it, it doesn't do anything, so you're gonna have to go without Strider for a bit. That's fine. We can really live without Strider, admittedly. Because it is really nice to have, like, active, but it's not like we can make any use of their funny mark. That was kind of close. That was all tails. That is mean. I just really wish it was easier to tell who was actually being hit. Because I know you can tell with the damage numbers, but from the actual animation, it's so hard to tell which enemy's being hit during that stuff. You... still 2 insight, that's fine. You'll get 3 insight next turn. Do I just pop? Do I do it like this? That should work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, cool. You're the one who actually got yours off. Because you don't have high speed, you're not getting a chance to actually clashable counter to get it off. Next turn you get your Curse Blade, though, so that'll work then. In the meantime, just hit people a bunch for funsies. Discard, nice. I got a skill 2 off next turn, that would be good for you. Build up that erudition for the funs of it. Because it's funny. Erudition provides like such a small amount of defense that I really don't know why I'm so focused on actually trying to build it up, but you know, it'll add up eventually. One of these days, maybe. Perchance. Perhaps. We can hope. I guess I can also remember if we want to do more speed shenanigans, which we do get some decent mileage out of, because like Deviate and you guys all like speed. We do have Crow's Eye View as an option. And that's a very easy to spam ego. Oh, you've got your Curse Blade here. Oh, you wouldn't have actually been able to counter. That's funny. Luckily, it doesn't matter here. Studious Determination, not really what you want to go for here. I'd like to get your skill 2 off, but that's fine. We'll pop like a max skill 3 next turn or something. That'll work out. Because you aren't being able to clash whatsoever, your Sandy's still at 0. Whatever. You get your Strider off. So that's good enough. Yeah, I don't know. The 7 people thingy just means we're having more sanity issues, which is an interesting way to go about doing it. I like the attack animations of these guys. They're very silly looking. I like them. Big wooden training dummies just being beaten up for sport. Oh, you get your skill 3. I was gonna have you counter. No, not really much of a need. I guess it's better than your skill 1, right? Like, overall, I mean, it's less damage, technically speaking, but maybe more because you're gluttony weak, but then again, it's only 1.25, so not that much. Whatever. You can't counter, darn. I would have liked getting more serpent. Actually, wait a second. Huh. I actually don't think I... Oh, I've been foolish. Whatever. I've realized some earlier comments of mine are just kind of wrong, but... What's one to do, right? Does this discard even? I don't think it does, right? No. Okay, so we don't need to bother with that. Cool. This should do pretty well. Seven insight, get some... And that was 6 potency and 1 count. God, I hate the random sinking spread from his skill 3 so much. Sometimes it'll just be 6 potency and 1 count and it'll end up doing nothing. Admittedly, it would have ended up doing nothing no matter what I did, I think, just because of how it goes, but still, that made it feel especially bad. I really do like DHMR, I really do. It's just hard to tell sometimes, I think. Just because he's, interesting, that's for sure. He's fun to solo with, though. That was kind of the main leitmotif going on there, but like half of it. Like it was the dun 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 dun, but then it kind of stopped there instead of finishing it. Maybe I'm hearing things. I don't know, every battle theme has the leitmotif in it, so it probably was there. Ah, how refreshing. Oh, I guess morning workups really do wake you up. Grown so used to getting in tussles before we get into the real meat of the missions that morning's feeling complete without some action. Nevertheless, that was a meaningful warm-up activity. So I'm meaning to ask Honglu, why did he never consider participating in the Family Hierarch War before? Because his choices don't matter, right? Seems to me that all your other siblings have been waiting and training all their lives for this event. It's simple, because I never once thought I wanted to be the Family Hierarch. Is it not truly most fortunate? Had you not been born with a jade, my son, you'd had to toil all your life, preparing for the Family Hierarch War like your other siblings do. Why does the jade differentiate him, though? What powers does the jade have? We're getting a lot of, like, build-up to the jade. I wonder if the jade is gonna be, like, the end of Part 1 reveal? Like, whatever's going on with it, right? You need to waste all your strength in those things, to win the favor of the elders in Jammu, venerated be their blessings. Simply witness as much as the world has to offer, jade of our family, my precious son, by you. More memories. What's wrong, Yusong? You seem kind of distraught. It has to do with the plan Miss Faustus explained to us last night. I find the plan rather detestable. Me too. But Honglu said he's okay with it, so... Can we even call it a plan if we're being honest here? It matches the definition of a plan, given that it illustrates certain instructions to be followed for the purpose of achieving a defined goal. Thank you, Merso. Always providing, the apt descriptions. And please remember that there are no second chances in the Family Hierarch War. Oh, that's fun. We don't need second chances. We're goated. We're goated. Cool. To be free from aging and death. Okay. The antics begin, that's for sure. Oh. Ooh. Interesting. That's not a real reflection, huh? What's going on down there? There's these, like, weird pillar thingies. There's a big door. It doesn't really, like, reflect what's going on at the top, though. Because it's supposed to be kind of like the reflection on the lake or something, to a degree, but... some weird stuff going on the map down here. It looks like it's like the building's restructuring or something, maybe. Maybe we'll come down here. Maybe this is where, like, part of it will take place. The whole, like, oh, you gotta fight a bunch of other people, but it's, like, down there. I don't know, or maybe it's just purely decoration and we're not actually gonna go that way. Young Master Bayou and his 12 companions arriving at To Be Tying. Elevated fluorescent jade hall. We entered the hall when the first round is to be held. As always, discerned by the gate announced arrival with a resounding holler we'd grown to expect. An arena or stadium, I see. We have many eyes on us, executive manager. I looked up to see the audience seats, which were brimming with people, were divided into stair-like terraces, and on the platforms at the opposite ends of the hall, 3 shadows of chairs could be cast on the obscuring curtain fabric. As for us, we followed the attendant's guidance and stood next to other participants in the circular area in the center. So, are the evaluations happening past those curtains? Dayu? See someone you recognize? No, it's nothing, Dante. The end of the word to meet again. We don't really have anything to talk about anyway. Okay, so she's not dead. But something's happened anyways. I don't know. Maybe we'll have another chance later if fate wills it. Or maybe she is dead and he's waxing poetically. Oh, hey, I think it's finally getting started. Curtain slid open, and the old woman saw from yesterday's banquet walked out of the platform. Many scores ago, I ascended to the seat of Jamu with a stroke of fortune. Oh, so Jamu is the title, not her actual name. Okay. Yet a lifetime has passed since I assumed the great responsibility. Such as it is, I seek to abdicate and walk the path of mountains and streams as a river does. With the sea voided, the responsibility seeks the one with the quantities of the family hierarch to fill it. Thus here at Daguanian, as collective upheld by pillars of 4 great houses of Jia, Zui, Wang, and Qi, we once again ask you the perennial question. Have you brought us aught to prove that the answer indeed exists? Jiazeng and the other one. My oldest sister, Big Sis Yuan-chun. Oh, she was mentioned at one point. When was she mentioned? I think she was mentioned by, like... Oh yeah, she was mentioned by Zi-chun in Canto 7, right? When, like, I think she says something like, oh, if Yuan-chan had been here, she wouldn't have been so kind or something. She married a very important person in Q-Corp and spends most of her time there. Looks like she's visiting for the event. Q-Corp, interesting. Since Q-Corp is talismans, and I'm suspecting it's gonna end up being, like, Japanese? But at the same time, I don't know. Though I've resided long in foreign nest, I now return fleetingly to share the love with my flesh and blood, to fill my duties as observed by the order of filial piety. Oh. I return, that the truth shall be observed to the best of my abilities. Some of you may have walked a path laid gentle to your feet, yet some of you may have struggled through an unlaid, brutal path of cragged mountains and the thousandfold to find your answers. Yet, regardless of the severity of your suffering, all of you equally have but one opportunity for the first round. Even still, you were all once prospective heirs of the Great House. Even your failures shall bring power and prosperity to Daguanian. Now come forth in the order you are summoned, and demonstrate the invaluable answers to the question of the 3 freedoms, one from aging, one from death, and one from the brevity of life. Nature answers being indemonstrable, present ironclad proof. Oh yeah, well we got a solution to death. Lose not and discard not. Let fresh youth be unending and eternal. After the respective speeches, Jia Yuan-chun and Jiamu disappeared behind the curtains atop the platform. First candidate, seeing the Hong's father assumed the role of the host for the first round. Ren, of the Wang family. Is it gonna be a faced guy or generic? Oh. Wang Ren, the first to be summoned, walked over the platform. Ren was his faction who were dragging someone by a rope towards the platform. They're very bloodied. Hurry up, foolish thing. It didn't look particularly blood-feedy, but maybe blood-feedy? I don't know. What? Who are they dragging up to the stage? Whoever it is, they clearly don't want to be here. I think it was someone bloodied up, but there's definitely something wrong with them, so it could be. To be free from aging and death, huh? Suppose every wing dreams of escaping and rising behind the body they were born with. Age-guard pursuit of immortality probably isn't that special in that regard. Oh, it is a blood fiend, okay. He hath brought a blood bag. Ooh. That's when we're finally able to recognize who they can't drag up the stage. Yeah, it is a blood bag. It's hard to tell that sort of thing sometimes. I can see it now, like, there's kind of, like, it's kind of scaly, kind of veiny. Because it seems like each of the blood fiends kind of, or a lot of the blood fiends have distinct styles of, like, blood, right? It kind of materializes in different ways. Kind of like Cassetti's was very, like, crystalline, that sort of thing, while Elena's was more veiny, stuff like that, right? The eyes unfocused and red, mouth slick with a drool diddling down the mouth guard, meaningless snarling. That is a mindless blood bag. How does a blood fiend become an answer to immortality? In layman's eyes, blood fiends may appear to have truly attained freedom from aging. However, as we are all now aware, blood fiends can grow old and weak after a prolonged period of blood deprivation. Thus, it is unlikely to provide the answer they seek. After some struggle, the blood bag was dragged kicking and growling past the curtains atop the platform. So that creature is the fabled blood fiend, then? Not quite. I doubt that'll do the job. Blood fiends would indeed be... Is it just Rhodion's VA? It might be. I doubt they'll do the job. Blood fiends would indeed be quite the esoteric knowledge, but to the judge of the contest, I doubt they're anything more than lukewarm trivia. Maybe not Rhodion. Whose voice is that? Is it? It's very familiar. Is it Soud's VA? I don't know. It's very obviously I mean, it makes sense to reuse people for faces of people, right? That's not really a shocker whatsoever. Something like that. It's hard to tell a lot of the VA stuff in Korean since it's not it's not a language I know whatsoever, right? It must have been pretty desperate, huh? It didn't sound like a whisper. Question marks? Instead of audience, it's question marks? It appears the knowledge of blood fiends oddly common amongst ill. Why question marks instead of audience? Who is this? There's an oddly common amongst ill. Indeed, blood fiends are present in every nest. It's a little surprised that those privy to arcane knowledge are well aware of their existence. Yeah. Each nest has their own, like, blood fiend colony, right? That's how it was explained by Larry in Distortion Detective. At a brief moment, less than a minute, Wang Ren and his faction emerged from behind the curtain and descended from the platform. Wang Ren, candidate of Family Hierarch Evaluations, stand up on the podium and await your judgment. Then they ascended the round podium beyond the platform as ordered. It's gonna crush them or something, right? Thus announcing Wang Ren's results for round 1 of the Family Hierarch Evaluations. Elimination. No! Listen, all they need is blood. As long as you have them blood, they'll be eternal everlasting. Venerable Jamu, please! Nay, what awaits them is no eternity at all. Verily, I know not the shape of this true immortality the evaluation seeketh to attain, yet you know it's not that. The longevity of the blood fiend, shackled by blood and endless suffering, is unlikely to be one. But what? But those hunters told me they still retain all of their memories. To become a blood fiend is to surrender all the desire and emotion that exist within thy being for a singular hunger for blood. And only blood. Perhaps an accessible condition for those who expect nothing but fathomless torment for the rest of their lives. Yet, for those with much to lose, with much in life they cling on to, as those present seem to, the fate of the blood fiend is no freedom from aging and death. 'Tis but a sanguine shackle that enslaved their minds. A member of Bayou's faction has given an excellent reply. No further elaboration necessary. Yeah, she just said that to everyone. And you failed to bring us a high kindred, let alone a blood fiend at all. This creature is but a miserable blood bag. I cannot even well commend your efforts. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely something many people have tried before. Here, friend of the Wang family, they have spoken, and mercifully given you a full explanation of your mistake, a privilege that failed candidates do not deserve. Let this be the final blessing of your life. Ooh, they killing him? Oh, the pit dropped. According to the omens of being casting Wang Ren in the blood bag to its death with a blood-curdling screech. So that's what happens when you fail to pass. That was just for dramatic effect, right? There's gotta be like a side path leading back upstairs, right? Of course not. Can you smell the stench of festering pain rising like heat from the depths? No, what? Ryoshu, you've been honing your sense of humor, huh? Those are some pretty nasty jokes, though. Don't think you should take, like, jokes at Ryoshu's humor, because she definitely thinks highly of her own humor. Where does that hole lead? Judging by the time between the drop and the sound of the fall, I presume it goes quite far down. It probably leads to a place with lots of old family secrets. Oh, not treasures, of course, but trying to figure out how to make it even efficient from a high show, probably? I went all out with theatrics, huh? Yep. Gotta know what you're playing for. Yeah, we could very well be the ones screaming and falling down the hole later. I mean, it was just the candidate and what they brought in that was standing there, so, like... is it supposed to be the entire faction? I think... Can the guy have more... not enough, okay. Is it the entire faction that gets doomed, or just the candidate and, like, whatever they brought in? I don't know. turn or something before we can even be able to shake off the initial shock. St. Canto hails from the Jouet family. Sat there a few more names and subsequent failures. Couldn't hear exactly what they're talking about in the curtains, and unlike the very loud and obvious blood bag, the answers other candidates brought were less obvious, so all we had to go on were the shadows of their desperate attempts to explain things before the judges. Another one? Bah, it means bore. She's not very entertained, as you'd expect. The longer we watched the death toll rise, the less shocking they became. They're planning to fail everyone? 8th candidate, Bao Chai of the Jouet family. They're not killing her, right? Oh my, look, we know her. Technically our companion, but it seems that she managed to give the sinners quite the positive, or technically our competition, I've read that wrong. She managed to give the sinners quite a positive impression with yesterday's brief encounter. Some of them were even cheering her on. I couldn't exactly see what it was that Jouet Bao Chai brought, but she was also holding something as she entered past the curtains. Bao Chai of the Jouet family? After a brief meeting with the judges, which, going where the shadow cast on the curtains, appeared to have gone better than we expected, she emerged. As soon as she did, Bao Chai immediately turned in our direction, at Honglu to be exact. Wow, Bao you were watching me? And began excitedly waving her hand. She passes. The podium beneath her remained shut. Passing connection it may have been, yet I ill wish to see a familiar face be claimed by the abyss. Thus, I am glad. A 17th candidate, Jia Zichun of the Jia family. Yeah, hers is the river, to some degree. It's Zichun's turn. They wouldn't, surely. She slowly ascended the platform unaccompanied. She held in hands a tightly sealed gourd bottle. Yeah. Looks like she found it. She found the water from the river we saw in Don Quixote's memories back then? Impossible. She reached Leith? Leth? I don't know how to pronounce it. The possibility that she actually reached there in person is infinitely minuscule. There's an indivisible statistical possibility that she could have reached the river, yet only Faust can conceive how someone of their capabilities could have reached the fountain of one of these fathoms. This becomes even more impossible when considering the relatively short path of time since then and now. It's been like a month. A more likely explanation might be that she obtained the water by collecting its dew, or a portion of what has seeped out. Alas, that river's waters serveth only to put one to slumber one's memories. Pray, doth that truly hold a link to the immortality they seek? Yes, it is likely closely connected to the immortality of the mind they pursue. As there are but an extreme small number of people privy to the knowledge of the rivers, the contents of the bottle are genuine. Faust expects her to pass. Zichun of the Jia family passes. You brought before us a priceless treasure. It must have taken an unparalleled effort to obtain this, given the meager size of your clan. Actually, I guess her clan could have died to getting the river water, and not necessarily to the blood fiends, huh? We don't know how many of her clan died where. Thank you, big sister Yuan-chun. Is Yuan-chun not, like, competing if she's a judge then, I assume, right? And if she's married to someone in Q Corp, then, like, she's probably not super concerned about becoming the head of H Corp. As I suspected, all 3 judges appeared quite satisfied with what Jia Zichun brought before them. Yeah, well, that's nice. No death for her yet. It's definitely, like, life or death for Zichun is, like, a big thing going on here. Is that N Corp? It sure is N Corp. Okay. Sure wonder what's going on here. Gluttony and Gloom, interesting. Because these guys were Pride and Gluttony, yeah. This is going to be the Talisman stuff to some degree. I don't know to what degree, though. Oh, there's actually some variants? Not really, they're all Pierce Wiki. Some of them are just kind of different levels of Pierce Wiki. Unaffected to Wrath and Lust. Yeah, that's very talisman-y. I guess Southern Democrat itself is Wrath Weak and stuff, but I don't know. It feels fitting. But this is title N Corp though, so we're gonna see Jia Huan and whatever he's got. Next 18th candidate. Bloody hell, just how many people are there in this household? One of the Jia family. What? Kubo was just straight up. They're just straight up wearing ego. That's contempt on Jia Huan, and it's a foul bullet on Kubo. I mean, first meeting the man was less than amicable, and I strength with another one wasn't going to do anything to improve that. Jia Huan walked up to the platform. We all fell swat hearing a familiar name. Ugh. I can feel some of them were growing tense, some of them even gritting their teeth. And the other man, felicitously calling Jia Huan, told what looked like the egg of an abnormality, was also a familiar face. I'd seen him many times in Yi Sung's memories. So how do they have... Interesting. The amno eggs are very confusing overall, because those are both railway eggs, right? And we don't know how in possession Limbus is of railway eggs. We know to some degree, though, because we have, like, Ardor Blossom Moth's egg and stuff as proven by having LCE for it. And same for, like, Fey Lantern, right? But those are two other Admirals we fought in Railways, but they have the egg. Unless the railway eggs are, like, from different dimensions or something, and it's, like, irrelevant. The fact that we have certain eggs, maybe we can't get eggs from railways whatsoever, right? We can only get eggs through actual facilities, and wherever, like, Ardor Blossom Moth and Fey Lantern and their stuff are in our world has been found by Limbus, while the one that contains, like, Spiral of Contempt and Flute Shoots has been found by N-Corp. Dante, are you seeing what they're wearing? Ego gears. Can be speculated they've either developed their own mechanism of extraction or scavenged them from Lobotomy Corp. It didn't look super Lobotomy Corp-y, but still kind of, because it had, like, the tie, right? Oh, we can't say it there, right? They didn't speak it. Gubo carries what appears to be an egg of an abnormality. I plan to offer them, to just offer them an abnormality egg? How's that an answer to anything? While there's room for interpretation, let me present a real and argued interpretation of abnormalities are entities that neighbor immortality. Yep. Checks out. So linchpin is hinged on which abnormality's egg that ends up being. It's Big Brother Jahuan, I know. He's never gonna risk his life for something he thinks will fail. One of the Jia family passes the first evaluation. What egg did he bring? I don't know, this doesn't look very LobCorp-y, right? This means N-Corp likely has gotten its own ego manifestation methods, right? Or its own ego gear extraction method, I should say, not manifestation. Which means now we've got Lobotomy Corporation had its own, Limbus has its own, and N-Corp has its own. Interesting. Contrary to most of our wishes, Jahuan managed to pass the first round as well. Many more candidates came and went. One of them carried a massive, mysterious coffin. Wanged away. One of them brought a thick book, and one of them presented a cage so tiny we couldn't see what was within. Some of them managed to pass, while some of them were screaming into the mysterious abyss. If they made a sprite for the coffin man, surely he passed. As we watched the candidates come and go, people from N-Corp, their turn complete, approached us. Yet early it is for Twilight to arrive. Thus, early too is this meeting of ours. Him and Felbullet goes very hard, that's for sure. God. This is for his own words back to the LC, that he's come to accept certain things of the art. Yisan coolly regarded his old friend who is now working for N-Corp. You must find this small and barren respite of yours quite enjoyable. I have not seen you jest as you do now since the League fell. For what now do you approach me? The rift is too great betwixt us to chowder on with any affection to speak of. Do not mistake my intent, for it wasn't I who dared to approach you. My teammate simply wished to have a look at his brother's face, and I thought I might as well see how you were faring. Looks like everyone comes back to Dog One Yon now that the Family Hierarch started, brother. This is our first meeting since then, right? It was that doltish fool who has eyes but knows not how to see. I know you well enough. You'd know to turn purple the bird upon hearing a brief mention of the word hierarch. So, why are you here? What's going on with his hand? Is it like a sword? It's probably the sword, right? Like whatever the sword from the ego gear is. Who are you and your single entourage working for this time? Is that Jue girl, blinded by your looks to the revolting rot within? Or is it Zichun who still defends you in your meaningless, faux, profound spiel, deluding her believe that you're still the same boy from her childhood? Why didn't you save him? No. Let me ask you a different question. Is it relating to the other boy we saw? Well, we don't know the name yet. Why did you save her? And only her, Jabayu. Ooh. Brother, humans die, but they're born to do. So he saved Dayu, but not the other brother, that we don't know the name of yet. The next candidate will be judged soon. Candidates must return to their seats. You're a servant. You're barely even a living thing. Let us return. This discourse will not bear any fruit. What's this, a reunion party? I assume it's just them, right? Like, obviously Herman's not there, otherwise Gregor would have, you know, not been very happy. And, like, I guess we don't know about it. I guess, like, Ahab's not there, Nellie's not there. Makes sense for them to not show up. They'll come back later. Tch, that's your shower things. It's obvious they're here to nick our things again. Yep, they're going after the bow. Maybe. Something about them feels different today. Whichever is the case, they are often to be placed higher than them. Another one falls. His family is watching this, right? I wonder if they'll be okay. Sinclair mutters, watching another candidate fall down the trapdoor. Can't imagine how anyone would be okay watching their own fall, like... Sinclair, people sitting behind us. They're his parents. The guy who just... Oh! That's cruel. We raised that failure as our own son. What a pathetic disappointment. Oh. Don't worry, I have faith in our third child. I mean, it's not like we expect anything from this one, right? Jeez. Now I see what it means to dedicate your whole life to becoming the family hierarch. Many people desperately vie for the seat of family hierarch. Of course, some of them, like his parents, hope to have their friend or a close blood relative become the family hierarch instead. Yeah. Why do the work when someone else can do it for you? So they seek to seize a life where the riches, power, and recognition by planning someone they can control the family hierarchy without becoming one themselves. Good luck at that. That kind's got a low shelf life. Looks like I finally got to know how my long-lost siblings are doing things as unforeseen opportunity. 26th candidate, Pan of the Jouet family. Oh, this is who, was mentioned earlier. Ooh. She is a talisman zombie. Her skin is purpley, talismans. Chupan? Have you heard that name before? He's Big Sis Bao Chai's older brother. Chupan walked up the platform holding what appeared to be a large jar of molded talisman plastered over it. Hey, is it just me, or does that guy look like he's totally up to something? Let's be honest, who here doesn't? Yeah, but that sod's different. Instead of ascending the platform into the curtains, he walked up to the podium. Mate, looks to me like he's completely lost the plot. Candid Chupan, you will ascend to the platform and enter the curtain threshold. There's the fun in walking down the straightforward road. It's only right that something so precious and entertaining should be shared with everyone, wouldn't you agree? He places the jar on the ground, and from within, a desiccated hand emerges. Pathetic sorceress trickery. Ryoshu muttered with palpable distaste. Why is he... What the heck is that? Yeah. Q Corp, Ryoshu's probably from it, yeah. Assumed as much. She seems to immediately understand what's going on. Corpses, their desiccated flesh covered in a light, sparse layer of old papers, crawled out from the jar and began to shamble. They're neither distortions nor abnormalities. Their behavior reminded me of bloodbags or sub-enemies enslaved by abnormalities. Any semblance of conscience has been stripped from them. They'll attack indiscriminately. But seems that they're just intent on maiming and killing whoever they can get their claws on. Executive Manager, we must prepare for battle. Your orders. The jar monster sets upon the audience, stuffing the struggling, still breathing victims into their jars. Why are the organizers doing anything? This is still an event hosted by a wing, isn't it? Because there isn't a rule in the family hierarchy that prevents bringing harm to other people. Yeah, of course. I'm just gonna sit back and twiddle their thumbs because no one specifically told them to step in. What the hell? What do we do now? Should we step in? You're probably surviving and ensure our safe participation in the same family hierarch war. What are these? Get away from me! As the monsters began to swarm in, some candidates scattered and ran away, while some stood their ground and fought back. Those who did neither were the ones getting slaughtered. As simultaneously ran us out, and the confident smile she flashed at me, she assured us that we should be able to pass the first round with little to no trouble. Looks like we have no choice but to take them down. Just what exactly are the Q-Corp talismans? That's the question, isn't it? Let's see, 12 of them, that's quite a few. Talisman, Jar Monster, Nail Jar Monster. Monster from the Gorged and Devoured Jar of Loneliness. Ah, okay. I see. Oh, why didn't you just say so? Well, I mean, they did just say so. What do you got? Have the responsibility and the target this unit hit last? Okay. That's nice. This unit hit target can attack for next turn. It kills itself by attack from all enemies. God. Bit annoying. What about the big one? What do you do? Same thing for that one. Poison! Okay, sure. Poison's back. Interesting. Have not seen Poison since Ambling Pearl, I think? It's been on, like, Slithering Inquisitors, Ambling Pearl, and, like, that's it. Interesting. Target has certain amount of rupture, inflict defensive damage. Poison equal number turns past you join the battle. Ooh. Your kill self-life poison like rupture channel enemies, max 25. Okay. So we really want to kill you. This is a normal encounter, so we just need to hope, though. That's fun. Can we get that going? Sure. We pop that, yeah. Scorch Knowledge immediately is a bad play, so let's not do that. You don't need to worry, it's a normal counter. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Please roll better. Thank you. I'd like to do good damage to this guy. How much HP did you have? Like, was that 200-ish? Yeah, okay. If we can kill that guy soon, that would be nice, so we don't have to worry about too much poison coming in. Okay, nice. Stop that. Did that skill... That skill was only one Unbreakable Point before, right? Huh? Oh, Hong was taking a bit of damage. That's fine. Did that skill, like, have, like, a turn all into Unbreakable conditional? No. I think it was just a visual bug then, or something? They probably can draw runs to the following attacks next turn, dies after dealing 10 damage. That's mean. So we're popping now? No, okay, they're not popping that yet. Fine then. You guys have your Strider, so you've got all your speed. You've got your funny arm, so no need to pop that yet. And we can do that with you. Should be decent. It says it won't be decent, but it's lying. We'll get a little bit of power up for just having better insight. So we'll be fine. I guess the issue isn't the power, it's more so the fact that your sanity's currently bad, but eh. I believe. Yeah, we're chilling, cool. And we've got a little bit of shield thanks to the erudition, so you know, this guy's Unbreakable doesn't go through, he's got staggered anyways. Whatever. Did we kill the big guy? Oh, we did actually manage to kill the big guy, huh? That's nice. How convenient. Alley-oop. What? The 2 Servant's Mortal Flurries? Sure is. Alright, might as well pop one of them then. Might as well, right? Shouldn't ruin our poison immediately, or surely. Okay, more reinforcements. None of the big ones, though. That's good. I don't want there to be too many of those, right? Since they're mean, and they're bullies. And we don't like them. How's your poise looking? Bad? Okay, cool. Just pop those then. That's fine. Don't need to pop your skill 3 immediately. Wait on it so we can actually get more mileage out of it. Sure. Pop that. Pop the Scorch Knowledge? Sure, why not? Shame this isn't clashing. Music's going hard, that's for sure. As you'd expect, right? That's not like anything shocking. They're pulling out the guitar for this, though, which is pretty cool. I feel like this stage should have a mechanic where, like, the hole will open to the ground if something happens, and it should instantly kill, like, some of the enemies and some of your sinners. I think that would be awesome and not annoying whatsoever. Personally, you know? It's just my opinion. It would be cool if there were, like, environmental hazards in some stages, but I feel like that's the kind of gimmick that's really, annoying to deal with, especially in situations like this where I can't actually choose my targets. So it'd just kind of be up to random. Is there another big one? Yeah. I assume there'd be another big one. This is the last of the enemies, though, so if we can kill all of them, we'll be good to go. That's not gonna last. That's fine. It doesn't need to last at this point, right? She's not, like, she's got a 50% crit chance, roughly, so, I mean, it's fine. Gutting that guy with a curse engraved blade. Showing him a thing or 3, right? I love DHA Honglu. My favorite ID in the game. He's just so much fun to use. You definitely can have some clashing problems with the whole, like, using a lot of skill 1 thingy, but It's fine, because it's just super satisfying. Oh, that was going all in on a single target, so it was just super kill mode. Cool. Well, that's a victory. We're getting opposed? No, I didn't think so. Makes sense. We're gonna have to fight more of those guys. What? Oh god. Okay. Um, that's worrying. That's very worrying. Well, I guess this season is the season where we're gonna be getting thumb units, right? Either next week, which I guess you'll know if it's the case. I don't think it would be next week, but it would make sense given how like middle we're like in the middle of a thing. But like thumb is random season 0 stuff when the actual main like IDs end. Might be happening. But I think I'm going to save whatever happens next for next time. We made some good progress. Finally got to some fighting. We fought some training dummies, you know. Saw N-Corp stuff again. A lot's happening, and I think it seems like more and more is just going to keep on getting introduced. Definitely feels like they're building up a lot in the first part for this Canto, which is nice to see. I'm curious to see what they're going to be doing. But anyways, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!